So let's say that you wanted to give the entire thing kind of a yellow tinge in order to make it all unified. I'm not going to get into color correcting right now. I'm just going to get into like color adjusting and shifting a little bit. And all of those color options are located inside of the layers palette, this palette that we're getting to know better and better. Down here, this half cookie sort of thing, you just click it, and then there's all sorts of options. And what we want to do is we want to go into let's do hue saturation right here. And this allows you to change the hue and the saturation. So if I, for instance, wanted to make everything more yellow, well, you'll notice that this isn't the one to do. So there's a lot of different tools right here, and some of them are great for different jobs, and some of them are terrible for different jobs. The other thing that I kind of want to point out is that this is only affecting some of them. That's because where it is in the layer stacking order. What that button does is it creates a layer, and everything underneath it changes in color proportionately. And so different weapons, different color adjustments are right for different jobs. In this case, if you wanted to make everything a little bit more yellow, let's see what happens when we do color balance. So I'm going to make everything a little bit more yellow. And you'll notice this is actually only the mid-tones that are getting more yellow. That's because there's a drop down right here. So we can make the highlights more yellow, or the shadows more yellow, and the highlights more yellow. And so now we kind of have this like on and off, on and off. So now everything's just a little bit more yellow. And if we want to actually like bring back, like make it so it's not quite as effective, we can actually lower the opacity on it. And now everything just kind of has a little bit of a yellow tinge right here. Now let's say we wanted to go a little bit of a step further. And we're looking at the image. We're like, we not only want to make everything a little bit more yellow, we'll add this in a little bit, but we also want to make it so this is less red, this is a little bit more contrasty, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to show you only a single color correcting thing for this, just because this is the one that you'll use more than anything else. And then we'll get into more advanced color correction later. So if you go into Image, so let's actually move this over a little bit here, and then go into Image, Auto Color, it can change it from that to that. So let me undo and just, again, show you I'm on the right layer. I just selected the right layer. Let me just show you the different autos. So this is auto color, this is auto contrast, and this is auto tone. So different ones for different places. Let's do the same thing here. Image, auto color, auto contrast, auto tone. That looks good. That looks good. The rest of them kind of look good. Let me just do this one, auto contrast maybe. All right, so that's just kind of great. Just to show you a before and after of that, you know, before and after, that's pretty significant. So that's just kind of great for getting good automatic colors. It doesn't work for every image, and there's plenty of images that you need to go in and adjust it manually, but if you need just a quick fix, it does a pretty good job. So now I'm going to go in, I'm going to make everything yellow. Looks pretty good, and I actually want to make it even more yellow. And I'm going to do that by adding a solid color in front of it. So I'm going to add a solid color, and we'll make the solid color yellow. Why did it do this shade of yellow? Because that's what the foreground color was. I'm going to say OK. I'll notice this is above, so I'm going to bring it to the top of the layer stacking order, the very top, and I'm going to bring down the opacity. And there we go. Everything's yellow. The font kind of looks a little weird right now. It's kind of like washed out. So I'm going to go down to the font, and I'm going to bring this all the way to the top of the layer stacking order. So it goes from this to this. Much better. So this is kind of a quick way to make it so it's a little bit more yellow. Now let's say that we wanted to add a gradient into this mix. Let me show you that in the next video.